Regarding load calculations for extended stay facilities, they're asking about the electrical service requirements for suites with cooking facilities, specifically whether a 60 amp service is permissible instead of a 100 amp service typically required for dwelling units. The answer is yes, under specific conditions detailed within the National Electrical Code. If the suites qualify as dwelling units, a reduction to a 60 amps panel is allowed if certain criteria are met. The first is the total connected load of the individual suite must not exceed 12,000 volt amps. The connected load represents the sum of the ratings of all the appliances and electrical equipment within the suite. This would include the cooktop, dishwasher, disposal, bar-type refrigerator, and any other electrical devices. This value needs to be carefully calculated. 2. The maximum demand of the unit must not exceed 8,000 volt amps. The maximum demand is not simply the sum of all the connected loads, but rather the maximum amount of power the suite is expected to draw at any one time. This takes into account that not all appliances will be operating simultaneously at their full rated power. Calculating the maximum demand involves applying demand factors, which are statistical estimations of how much of the connected load will be in use at once. These factors are often found in the NEC, based on appliance type and quantity. 3. The suite must be equipped with a single-phase, 3-wire, 120/240 volt service. This is the standard residential electrical service configuration in North America, and the reduced amperage allowance is contingent on using the service type. 4. The suite must have a minimum of 220 amps branch circuits dedicated to kitchen appliances. These circuits are specifically for supplying power to the kitchen appliances, and are required to ensure adequate capacity for cooking and food preparation equipment. Now, determining whether the suites qualify as dwelling units is crucial. The NEC definition of a dwelling unit generally includes features like complete independent living facilities with permanent provisions for living, sleeping, cooking, and sanitation. Since your suites have separate sleeping areas and cooking facilities, it's likely they meet this definition. Keep in mind that if the suites don't meet the definition of a dwelling unit, you'll need to size the unit panel according to the requirements for the building type as a whole, which would be a minimum of 100 amps. The exception allowing the reduction to 60 amps is specifically for dwelling units with limited electrical needs. This reduction is permitted because these extended stay suites are not expected to draw the same amount of power as a full-size apartment. But precise and compliant calculations are necessary to avoid an overloaded circuit with dangerous heat and potentially causing a fire.